Well, hello. James Drake IV here, coming to you from my chalet in Aspen. As you know, we're gathered today with my fellow CEOs, entrepreneurs, and philanthropists to establish this first meeting of the steering committee for food and water for all. I apologize that I can't be with you there in person because you know I never miss the whale watching and Turks and Caicos this time of year. Now, as it relates to our agenda, I've been doing the research that we need. And William, can I get my clothes? I'm sure you won't mind if I pack during our meeting. Big ideas that I've been learning from the different organizations that help nonprofits start from scratch. Evidently, there are 6 big things that we have to do in order to launch this nonprofit, this new charity, Food and Water for All, make sure that we launch it correctly. The first one being is, evidently, we need to seat what's called a nonprofit board of directors. Now, it could be that the people on this call, all of us together, would end up being those board meetings. Evidently, we're not to be paid. We're supposed to volunteer. I'm not sure any of us on the call have any experience with nonprofits or with food, water, or actually helping the hungry. But the first thing I know we need to do, according to what everybody else says, is establish a board of directors. Seating a board of directors? A group of volunteers who are unpaid, who may not know anything about nonprofit management or the population we're serving? It sounds nuts. Agenda item number 2, we've got to get ourselves trained. We're the board of directors. We may not have any experience in nonprofit management. We may not know anything really about feeding the poor. Certainly we're good people though, and we're successful in our own endeavors. But we need to get the training because we're actually going to be in charge of a CEO. We're going to be his or her boss. And I'm not sure we entirely know what we're doing yet. We're actually putting in charge of this organization a group of people that need to be trained. We don't need trainees. We need experts. Agenda item number 3, we have to establish a budget. You know, we're going to be responsible for having significant impact around the world. So multi-million-dollar budget, but from what I can tell, according to the different resources that are available, we're going to have to keep overhead and administration under 25%. We have to establish a budget and keep administration, overhead, and salaries under 25%. We won't have an organization that works. The fourth order of business is we've got to hire a competent CEO. And evidently, according to what I've been seeing across the nonprofit sector, we've got to hire a person that really knows what they're doing, is very passionate about our cause, but they're so passionate about our cause, they're actually willing to be underpaid. Hire a CEO below market value? That's just immoral. If we're going to make a difference, we have to put the best person in place that we possibly can afford. And how are we going to get the best person for this position if we don't pay them? Agenda item number 5. Evidently, according to all the other board members that I talked to, there is this group of people that we're supposed to hire, a group of strangers, and they're going to perform a feasibility study. And they're going to meet with everybody they possibly can to tell us how much money that we can raise and how much potential we have to launch Food and Water for All. Hiring a third party, a consulting firm from out of town, to meet with strangers when we should be doing it ourselves? How are they going to find out what we can raise? We should know what we can raise. It just doesn't make any sense. And finally, we're all the way to number 6, and this is a big deal. Evidently, if we hook up with the United Way, our community foundation, and all of these different granting organizations, they're going to give us the millions that we need in order to accomplish our mission. Really? Really?